This podcast is brought to you by The Senior Techie, a source of information for seniors and others about technology. Welcome to the Senior Techie podcast. So, did you know that the biggest threat to your independence might not actually be some new headline-grabbing virus? It might just be like a simple scraped knee.
Right, a knee scrape that standard medicine just can't fix anymore.
Yeah. Today, we are analyzing some emerging global health trends to really highlight the most surprising critical information that specifically benefits adults over 55 and, of course, your caregivers.
It's an urgent mission, really, because to protect your physical health, you first have to protect how you consume information.
Okay, let's unpack that. The upcoming World Health Day theme is Together for Health, Stand with Science. And looking at the notes, the Senior Techie says combating online medical misinformation is really the crucial first step for seniors.
It absolutely is. Relying on social media for health advice right now is like using a map where half the roads were drawn by people who've never actually been to the city.
Oh, wow, yeah, like walking through a minefield blindfolded.
Precisely. It's designed to look authoritative, but following it blindly will lead you right off a cliff. There's just 24/7 noise out there.
Right, there is. But how does filtering out all that noise apply to the actual physical threats you face as you get older?
Well, this brings us to a massive looming threat. It's called antimicrobial resistance, or AMR.
Wait, hang on. Are you saying we should worry more about standard antibiotics failing than catching the next supervirus?
In a lot of ways, yeah. What happens is bacteria are just incredibly adaptable. When we overuse or, misuse antibiotics, the weakest bugs die off, sure.
Right, but the strong ones stay.
Yeah, the strongest, most resilient ones survive. They mutate to outsmart the very drugs designed to kill them, and then they multiply.
Wow. The Senior Techie says that bugs are resisting once effective treatments. So a routine issue for an older adult, like, say, a simple urinary tract infection or a minor cut, could escalate.
Yeah, just because the standard pills don't work anymore. That is the terrifying reality, and the burden falls so heavily on older adults.
Because your immune system naturally weakens over time.
Right. And without urgent global action to, develop new treatments, AMR could soon rival cancer as a leading cause of mortality.
That is a deeply sobering thought, but I want to push back a little here.
Oh, sure.
Global health usually focuses on these microscopic battles, right? Like viruses and superbugs. But isn't preserving your daily ability to simply walk down the stairs just as vital for your long-term independence?
Precisely. That is a fantastic point. And global health systems are actually waking up to this. While science fights microscopic superbugs, it also has to address the physical realities of aging.
Yeah, I noticed the Senior Techie emphasizes that rehabilitation is finally being prioritized. Like, it's not just an afterthought anymore.
Right. They are zeroing in on one condition in particular, actually. Chronic primary low back pain.
Wait, really? Why back pain? It's awful, but compared to superbugs?
Because of the cascade effect it creates. Chronic low back pain currently affects hundreds of millions of people worldwide. But it's not just about the pain itself.
It's the immobility, right?
Yeah, think about the mechanism. When your back hurts constantly, you stop moving. When you stop moving, you lose muscle mass and cardiovascular health.
Which severely limits your daily functioning.
Yeah, that immobility drastically accelerates severe physical and even cognitive decline.
So the microscopic threat of AMR and the physical threat of back pain both ultimately attack the same thing when you're independent. So what does this all mean for you, our listener? How do you translate massive global directives into everyday life?
Well, it really all comes down to local action. You don't have to wait for global policy changes to build your daily resilience.
Right. The Senior Techie says simple community actions actually work best. Things like organizing neighborhood walking groups or, basic pop-up movement stations in a local park.
Yeah, it's all about building habits. The science shows that just 150 minutes of moderate activity weekly heavy lifts your health.
Just 150 minutes, that's really manageable.
It is. That movement lubricates the joints to fight off chronic pain, and it increases blood flow, which heavily supports heart health and brain function.
So it doesn't have to be a marathon.
Not at all. Consistent, moderate movement is the absolute best armor you wear against physical decline.
So it's about staying engaged, mentally protecting yourself with the right info, and physically protecting yourself with your community. But before we wrap up, there is one more fascinating concept from our research today.
Oh, the One Health approach.
Yeah. What's fascinating here is the understanding that human health animal health, and the health of our ecosystems are all deeply interconnected.
Right? They don't exist in separate silos.
Mhm.
A healthy environment leads to healthy animals, which naturally leads to healthier humans.
Think about that the next time you take your dog for a walk around the neighborhood. How might that interconnected approach change the way you look at your own daily walks, the air you breathe, or even your pet's health? It's all one massive connected ecosystem.
It really is a profound perspective to take with you as you step out into your community today.
This podcast was brought to you by The Senior Techie. It's available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify. If you'd like to receive their free newsletters, you can subscribe by going to subscribe.theseniortechie.com.